Hey YouTube! So here we've got I'm a wee bit off centre because I was doing the live stream. Yep, so here is the king of Sabbath himself, SG. This is a vintage Bart Simpson headstock one. So I think with the vintage brand SGs, there's an era when they're like this, and then after that they became Wilkin. They had all Wilkinson hardware. This is pre-Wilkinson hardware. It does have Wilkinson tuners. Maybe this is a Wilkinson one then. And then after that, they kept the Wilkinson hardware, but they had to make... There was a problem with the shape, and they made it not look like an SG. This is basically all the things that make an SG an SG. This is. It's got the neck that joins at the end of the fretboard, so you can get to the end. It absolutely no problem. It's kind of thin. It's slightly on the neck heavy side, just. Hence why it's got clustons. That's why you put clustons on it, not Grovers. Because they weigh half as much. Yeah, so as I said, this is I didn't say, this is the King of Sabbath, and someone has modified this one previously. You can't see because it's so damn dark in here, but see, it looks fine now. But it's been these just had the single scratch plate on it, so somebody had a previous thing has bought the Batwing one and then had to cut out here, and it looked like they cut it out with, I don't know, like a butter knife or a soldering iron or something. So I've just kind of made it a bit smoother and makes it, you don't really notice it anymore. It does make putting the pickups in really annoying because it's routed inside the guitar. So you take the scratch plate off and you think, oh, and the pickups are, you know, it doesn't come right off. But, so we're tuned to C sharp, and I've played it a little bit just to make sure it worked. But I've got an Avon SG bass, which is a 30-inch scale Japanese SG, and I put baritone strings on it, 6 strings, and this is almost exactly halfway between like a normal tune guitar and the baritone. The baritone's B, E, A, D, this is C sharp, so B, C, C sharp, so it's 2 frets up, and then if you go up C sharp, D, D sharp, you're back up, you know. It's exactly halfway, which gives you massive open chords. It's pure bra-da-da. The only thing is that's not an E, that's a C sharp, which isn't as much use unless you're playing Sabbath. So what I'm thinking, these pickups do actually have the extra wires for coil splitting, so I've just got a thing about, I think this might be quite good as a like a good, the bad, the ugly, that kind of thing, but with single coils, neck pickup. Okay, wiring might need adjusted. That doesn't actually turn down the tone, it turns down the volume as well. Does bridge tone work? Bridge tone seems to work. There's just some pretty dodgy wiring I need to switch it up, but I think I'm going to have to put coil splits in. So I was thinking of whether I put a coil choice switch on the top, which would be pretty cool, or like I've got a bag of temu switches I'm really liking just now. I'm thinking of putting them on the scratch plate in the back, like 2 individual coil split switches, so it's still, because it's not meant for that. So for Sabbath, I'm just using the rat pedal. I haven't adjusted it at all for this guitar. Nobody will ever let you know. It's really chunky. When you ask the reasons why, they just tell you that you're on your own. Fill your head off the road. Yeah, okay, I got much further through that. This guitar's really good. I think it was just the wang that was letting you down, Andy, and also the fact that you let your daughter put wee stickers of, there was a glittered penguin on it, and it's like, that's not Sabbathy. As soon as I saw it, it's like, get these stickers off it. So I've just given it a bit of a clean. Tidied up that. Didn't do really very much setup. It was done pretty well. Gives frets a bit of a polish. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's the strings have got a nice floppiness to them, and they're a bit thicker. So this has got like almost baritone strings. I'm sitting there wondering. The thing that's great about a baritone, see, it does need tuned though. So we're tuned C sharp. It's basically just like if you've got a minus capo down two frets. So it's C sharp, and then it's F sharp. I think go out. B, E, G sharp, and C sharp again. Which means that when you batter out the open chords, the thing that's the best about when you've got the full baritone, normal baritone, I think this technically is a baritone. I don't know. Yeah. The other one I've got, the B, E, A, D, tuned to B, thicker strings in this, longer scale baritone. When you batter out like a G, you can play, it's another open chord, if you know what I mean, because this is, when you hit an E, that's a C sharp. So that's not an easy one if someone's playing normal chords. You know, you're in bar chord territory, whereas if you've got the one that's tuned to B, when you hit the open E shape, it's a B, which is not that much use, but the open A shape in that is an E. So you end up with just like the whole thing shifted down, and when you're playing open chords, if it's, you know, you get sometimes, like you get a pure amazing D at the end of a song, it's like, but if you do it in another, that's the one chord always sounds best in every sequence. If you're using the other guitar, it's a different voice thing. I'm really not explaining that very well. I think there's definitely there's a scope for this to be a bit more chorus, more reverb, less volume, more tone, a bit twangier. Tuning down does not necessarily mean it has to be heavy metal, but it does give it a more boomy. I suppose that's a wee bit of the thing with the reason people use capos. I'm enjoying here playing the same patterns that I normally do, but they sound different because it's down. It's different notes. So if you put a capo on the second fret, play the same thing, and everything's a wee bit brighter, and it just sounds a wee bit. It's significantly different. I enjoy it. So yeah, I might have to have a baritone, just a case of buying strings really, and setting it up right. I think Andy'd done work on this to set it up. I'm just going to basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all the wires and solder it up so it doesn't look shite in the back, which will probably mean it isn't shite, and make that tone control work. And I think I'm going to have to put in I think the cause choice switch is the way to go. I just think, you know, definitely that kind of thing, you know what I mean? amazing how it just immediately, as soon as you hear that, you know that's not a normal guitar, even though it's only 2 frets lower than what you're used to. It's immediately, even there, you're still, it just. What other Sabbath riffs I never get to play on the guitar? Running through so fast, this is just the same in the bass, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to play on. This is probably the most